Alright, let's try this again. Welcome to A Black Girl Gaming. I have not been doing that much streaming for the past maybe year or so, and I'm gonna try to slowly ease my way back into this since I am on summer vacation. So just gonna stream whatever I'm playing, not trying to, blow this channel up or anything like that. Just playing a lot of different things this summer, trying to catch up on stuff that I might be behind on. And why not just share it and stream it? So, sure, here we go. So this is DragonQuest Builders 2. And I don't know how many people live stream this game. It's been out for about a year and a half. No more than 2 years, that's for sure. I do see lots of content about this game in different Reddit rooms and on YouTube a little bit. But I haven't really seen many live streams, so I don't know. If you like Minecraft, this is the game for you. I personally think this game is way better than Minecraft in my opinion. And maybe as I show you some of the features of the game, maybe you will give it a try. It is available on Xbox Game Pass. If you have that subscription, you can play this for free on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and also on PC if you have that Game Pass PC subscription thing. I don't know why this is not on PS Now. Hopefully it comes pretty soon. I originally played this on Nintendo Switch. My husband and I both played it together on there. We didn't really do the multiplayer stuff together. We just both played the game side by side because our TVs are side by side. But there is a multiplayer aspect to the game. But what we're going to be doing is something very specific. And as I explain, as I tackle my task for today, I'll explain some of the features of this game, and so if you never played it before, maybe this will inspire you to give it a try. So, let's jump right in. So, the name of this particular stream is called Remodeling Green Garden, so this is an area of the game that's given to you as a part of the campaign, and then you are tasked with transforming this area into a farm-based type of place. And so I've done that. However, that was at the early part of the main story mode of the game, where I'm using kind of rustic, boring-looking materials to build my area. So what I want to do is actually go back, now that I've beaten the game, go back and remodel and make the area look a little better. Now, one aspect of this game that I do like is what you see here. You can create your islands or create your worlds or whatever, like in Minecraft, and you can take photos, and there's this feature, this notice board feature they call it, where you can share your photos and then look at other people's work as well. So here we're seeing some players' designs. This is most likely coming from their private island called Buildertopia. It's an island where you can just free build, like a creative mode, almost. You don't have infinite resources for everything. I think it's just an island for you to build without monsters attacking you or your NPCs and your crops and things. Which, if you want to build, that's a preferred place to do it at without the threat of monsters. But the monsters also can drop valuable items that you might need. So you may not want to use Buildertopia. But what a lot of players do, and it's still very much so, active players still doing this, but you'll build an island or build your area, and then you can use the photo mode to take pictures and then upload it here and share it. And so you'll see on the bottom of the photo there's a number, it says 741. That's the number of times this picture has gotten a like. You can also add hashtags to this. There are competitions or contests, like you see on the top left, it says contest theme is hashtag adventure. So if you add that hashtag to your picture, you get inputted into the adventure contest, and where I don't know how they determine who wins. I'm guessing it might be by the most number of likes within a time period, but and I think you win a rare asset in the game, like a trophy or something, if you win that contest. But they'll change the contest hashtag every so often, and so players will participate in that. I tend to see two types of photos taken in this game. You either have players like myself who will build a place that's functional and then take pictures of that. And then you have some players who just build things for a picture. And you can tell the difference between the two based on usually it's how much junk, how much clutter they have in their island. So, for example, this may not be an actual functional place. It could be, because I could be wrong. But this is not like a functional place to me because it's just too much junk all over the place. It's not a bad picture. It's a great picture, actually. It's very aesthetic. But if you were actually moving your character around here, you probably have a hard time navigating because it doesn't look like there's much room to move around because of all the clutter. But it does make a nice picture. That's okay. Here's another example of that. So you see some type of a castle structure, and then you have like a small boat on the left. That's not an actual boat. That boat does not move. And that castle looks very tiny, but zoomed out, like they're using for the peaks of the towers stalagmites. That's like about the size of the character. So this is not an actual large castle that you can walk in and live in. This is just some blocks someone threw together for a pretty picture. So it's not functional, but it's a nice photo. And you see they got over 4,000 likes on this picture. I'm going to give it a like as well. It's nice. I prefer to take do functional islands and then find a picture there. You'll also see you can push the touchpad to like a photo. You can push square to add this photo to your favorites. And what that'll do is it'll be added to your album under the favorite section. And then you can actually go to that island and see it in person, if the island still exists from the person who made it. You can go there and I think you can destroy stuff, but it's not permanent, like it's not going to affect it. You're going to go to a copy of this island and you can do whatever you want to it as far as like stealing the design, or I think you can dismantle it or whatever, but there'll be no items or materials dropped if you do that. I think if you start destroying things, it just poofs into thin air. But I haven't done that aspect of the game in a long while. Let's just look at a couple more. There's usually some really great creations here. And if you play Minecraft, I mean, you see some of the amazing things people do in there. That is happening here in DragonQuest Builders 2. So here it looks like flamingos. See, and those aren't actual flamingos. There's no item that is a flamingo. This person has taken other items to make something that looks like a flamingo. So this is not functional. Not a bad photo, it's just not functional. Some really nice stuff here. Here's another example. So this is like an amusement park, but that's not functional. These are just blocks put together to look like a Ferris wheel, to look like a bumper car ride or whatever. But it doesn't actually move. It's for the picture. But it is a good picture. So anyway, let's dive in. So here's my character. I am at the post-game content. So after you beat the campaign, you unlock a lot of stuff. Then you can come to the home island of the game, called the Island of Awakening, and then you can just build to your heart's content. So here's the map for the Isle of Awakening. So as you go through the campaign mode, the first part of the game will send you off to a different island where you're going to help some farmers. Okay, my phone is showing this stream. I got my phone sitting on the ground, and my cat is pouncing on my phone because he sees this is moving around and he's trying to attack it. That is the funniest thing. He's used to using my phone because I got a little cat app with fish that swims around and he can like hit the fish, and so I guess he thinks that's a game. That is not a game, that is YouTube. So after you go through the main campaign, the first part of the campaign takes you to an island where you're going to help these farmers rebuild their island. When you finish that, they bring you back here to this home island, and then you get your own zone to pretty much create a farm area called Green Gardens. That's what we're going to focus on for today. But after you do that and you go back to the campaign, then you go to a desert dune mining place, and then you do all of that. You come back here and they unlock this desert area for you. And then you go to a snowy castle map after that. You do the missions, and you come back here and they unlock a place for you to build a castle with snow all around. So this is the Isle of Awakening. There are monsters all over the island, and so you can build, but your places will be attacked. But that's why you have soldiers and people with weapons to help defend. And you do want monsters to attack quite often because they drop things that you might need for building. The game does offer for you a creative mode type of place, like in Minecraft. Turn off the monsters at night so you can just build and don't have to worry about your stuff getting destroyed. You do get one place called Buildertopia, an island where you can choose the biome and the size of it, and then you can send your NPCs there and you can build, and monsters will not spawn to attack. So that's just the creative mode. If you have the resources, you can go there and do that. But we're going to build here, one, because I do want soldiers to be able to fight. So the monsters only spawn here. Monsters do not spawn on Buildertopia. I do want to have monsters there. Two, this first part, which I called, I said was Green Gardens, I built this at the time that I was in that part of the campaign. So I was using very limited materials to build up the zone. And so now that I've unlocked so many more assets, I want to go back and remodel this to make it better using some of the things that I've unlocked. So let's go ahead and go there. Alright, so let's take a look around. So if you're unfamiliar with the basics of how DragonQuest Builders works, I'll just try to explain it very quickly. It is very similar to Minecraft, obviously, with all the blocks, and I'm not that much of an expert on Minecraft. I haven't played it in years. But in this game, you have to build rooms. The rooms have to have at least 2 blocks high. And there are some size requirements and limits. But for the most part, a room has to have 4 sides, or at least be enclosed, and then you have to have at least a door or a gate. And then depending on the items that you put inside the room will then become a functional room. So as you see on the left of the screen where it says Enormous Town Hall, this is a town hall because I placed in there specific things. A bench, I think 3 tables, some lamp, a bell, a sign, a couple of things. Now, does this function as a town hall? Like, is there something that can be done in here since it is a town hall? The answer is no. This is one of the few rooms you have where the NPCs in the world aren't doing anything in here. They might come in here. I do have a room back here with a chest, and if the chests that they have access to are full, they'll try to find any treasure chest to get into to drop off stuff. So they will come in here just to walk to this room and use the chest I have in here. But for the most part, there's nothing that they'll do in this room. This room is just for you, the player. Now, I use this item in here, this residence register, which allows you to move NPCs and monsters around to different zones, including the Island of Awakening, which we're on right now. These 3, the green, the red, and the blue, are on that island. And then these are areas from the main game, from the campaign mode. And then the one island called Buildertopia, that's a monster-free zone. I have people there as well. So we're going to build up this Green Gardens place, and we're going to end up moving eventually many of the characters on my Buildertopia island into this zone. Because like I said before, I have plenty of soldiers, and I want them to actually fight. That's their job. And so if they're on Buildertopia, there are no monsters that spawn there. So there'll be nothing for these people to actually fight. So they'll be kind of useless. So, why do I want them to fight? Besides the drops that come from monsters, the currency for this game is called gratitude. So if you look on the top left, you see a heart. It says 307. Notice it says Lillian +2. So there's a character that is doing something. She's probably cooking. And when she cooks, she's happy, she'll show or drop what's called gratitude. That currency can be used to unlock other islands. It's used to unlock materials when you want to build things. And then after you beat the game, you unlock this feature where you have your items list of all the things you've encountered in the game, which I've encountered 85% of everything. But when you get to the end game, you can now push triangle, and now you see these numbers. So these are the costs. So I can actually have the game spawn that item for me. And these things can get pretty expensive, especially the rare things. Like you see this item cost 1,000 gratitude. And I have 309 gratitude. So you need to be having your NPCs doing things they like, living in places they like, and in those places and those things they're interacting with, you want to have it the highest quality so they drop the most gratitude. And then you collect all the gratitude, and then you can spend it on whatever you want. So that's why having soldiers not fighting, like they need to be fighting. If they're not fighting monsters, they are not going to be generating the most gratitude I think they should be dropped. They will practice, train, and do a lot of things, but I think they need to be fighting just to be functional. So anyway, we got small bedroom. Here's so I think I wanted this room to be like for me and Malroth. If you play Dragon Quest Builders 2, a lot of players you may know like to romanticize this character. So you're the builder, you build things, you're procreation, and then Malroth is the other protag. In my opinion, he's a protag, and he's the opposite of you. He cannot build; he can only destroy. A lot of people like him. He's a very likable character. And so you'll see a lot of photos of people posing with him as if they're like kissing, hugging, and doing things, and you can't really do that in this game. But you can take pictures to make it look like it. So everybody tries to romanticize Malroth. Everybody does. But anyway, this is a small master bedroom. Very simple, very plain. So that's what I mean, that I made this room when I was in that part of the campaign. It's not as stylish as I would like, so that's why we're here to remodel. There's a builder's workshop. NPCs don't really come in here. Like I said, they might use this treasure chest if their own chests are too full. And so here's the bench you can use to build whatever you want. Right? So they don't really go in there. Let's take a look around other places. So as you can see from the environment, since I made this at the beginning of my campaign mode, you see lots of wood, lots of rustic, simple structures, because that's all that is available to you at the early part of the game. And that's why I want to remodel all of this. We're going to end up using this golem monster to destroy everything here, and then we will build from there. I think this is a barn. Yeah, natural barn. So when my NPCs are farming and reaping all the fruits and stuff, they'll come dump it in here. Sometimes they dump trash in here. This is a cooked item, so that somebody ran out of space in the restaurant. And I'll show you that in a bit. Here's an animal house. So I think animal houses it's just a room for animals to lay in. Usually you gotta have 2 blocks high surrounding an area with a door for it to be a room, but you can also have a 1 block high gate and put like a 1 block high door, or fencing, 1 block high fencing and then 1 block high gate, and it'll be an outdoor field or animal zone or a garden like this one, park, with this weird, I don't know what the fuck that is. That thing just pops up out of nowhere sometimes. I get rid of it and then it shows up again. This is kind of creepy. Let's see what else. So I was growing some coffee beans. The coffee beans here. Yep, 40 coffee beans. And see, look, they're throwing junk in here. I like to be organized in this game. I really hate it when they don't follow my organizational standards. This is a butter bean, I think. Pick these up. and put them back. So yeah, the NPCs will drop random shit around if you don't give them enough space for where they need to be putting things. Here is a little sweets shop that I made, a little outdoor sweet shop. So you can see it's designated as a large, cute, fitted kitchen. Let's see. So these are just props, and the props can hold food or drink items, but the prop itself cannot be eaten. And so there's that gratitude. Somebody came in here and cooked something, or they ate some food and dropped some gratitude as a result. The more stars, the higher the quality of the room, the more hearts they'll drop when they do certain things, like cooking or eating or whatever. Let's see what's in here. So I tried to put like ingredients needed to make sweets, bakery sweets and things like that. But again, here's an egg, fried egg. So it's not perfect, but it does kind of bother me. I'm gonna stick with that. I want only sweets in there. So I hope when they come out with Dragon Quest Builders 3, hopefully they're working on it now, they'll give you more ability to control what goes where and who can go where and all that type of stuff. Here's a paddy field, so there's a field that's in water. You have to have that to make, to grow sugar, rice, and heat root. When you put a chest in that field, the NPCs, the farmers who actually will help you out with that, they'll come in and they'll put it in the chest there until it gets full, and they'll start stuffing it in other places. I don't know if you guys just saw, there was a ghost here at night. Ghosts come out to attack you. I hate that. So if you have lights all over the place, that'll keep the ghosts away, which is why I have jack-o'-lanterns all over the place. Alright, so here's a field with some delicious looking fruits and vegetables. Strawberries, pumpkin, nice little, so these are some crit tomatoes, so you get those special tomatoes that have extra, a higher quality to them. I think they also drop some dye as well, too. Yep, yeah, they drop dye. I like also, too, like when you use your sword to reap the vegetables or the fruits, the seed will used to grow them will stay there, and then they'll just grow another batch after time passes. So we got pumpkins, strawberries. They're created from moreberry. These are called aubergines. Look at that. Oh, let me see. Aubergine, which I don't know if that's a real thing or not. Some of these are real. Some of these I'm like, I don't know. I never heard of that. Looks like a melon thing. I don't know what that is. Tomatoes. Then you have the orange tomatoes. The crit. This is buckwheat. I don't think they have a crit version. Here's wheat. I don't think there's a crit for that either. Cabbage. There is a purple cabbage that comes out. You have melons, and then the yellow ones, that's their crit. Got corn. I don't think there's a crit version of corn. These are chili peppers. There is a super chili pepper, whatever it's called. And here's potatoes. I don't think there's a crit for that. And then leeks. I don't think there's a crit for that as well. So what else we got? I think these are some houses. So these are some houses I made for the NPCs, the farmers that are going to be living here. Very generic, very rustic. Used and built with the tools I had at the time, right? So here's a small farmer's bedroom. So farmers like these type of rooms. You just put in some firewood, some farming tools. I think, I don't know, like a bag or some couple of beds, and then the game will recognize it as that. Now, can someone who's not a farmer come in here and use the bedroom? Yes, they can. But it's my understanding that farmers just really like to be in a room like this. So, at least that's according to the campaign, the story mode. And I think that other house down here is another farmer's house. This, I think, is a bathing, yeah. This is the men's bath. We got a couple of tubs with hot water. You have a sign here, so that means only men can walk into this room. But you can also write a name into that sign, so then it'll only be a male, that specific male will be the only one allowed in this room. So you can designate rooms. I wish that you could give someone more than one room. I think if I put their name here and then put their name on a sign in another building, the first one will go away. So you could only, an NPC can only have one room to themselves. So, but if you put that sign there like I had it and don't put a name on it, that means that just all the males can go in there. And this is a female, the ladies' baths, really not that different, just the sign. Another house, and then a few things here. This is a toilet, tiny, natural, sweet-smelling toilet. Let's go first person. Collect poo. There was some, they call it night soil, but there were some poo-poo in it. Turn on this faucet. Cute. Sweet-smelling toilet. What else we got? Another toilet. This one's a public toilet, just 3 toilets. I don't know, why do I have one with a singular toilet and then one with 3? Just because different number, different toilets. I mean, there is if you're a completionist, you have dozens and dozens of different types of rooms. So you would want to build each type of room available at least once to get that achievement. So, yeah, different types of toilets. This is a small natural changing room. Just a basic changing room. So in here you have clothes that you can store, and what will happen is the NPCs can come in here and they will put on whatever clothes you have in here. So if I want all my players, my NPCs to walk around with bathing suits, I'll just take everything out and leave just bathing suits, and over time they'll come in and swap out their clothes for whatever's in here. You'll have to just keep coming back so that if they dump other clothes in here, you don't want other NPCs to put that on, so you have to come in and just take all the bad ones out that you don't want and leave the clothes in that you do want them to wear. So I want them to all look like farmers. I'll take everything out and leave the farming clothes. They do have stats for you. I don't know if they really benefit the NPCs that much. Same thing with like weapons. You can build many types of swords and stuff, and you can arm certain residents with those swords. And so of course when you're fighting monsters and things, especially the main campaign, the boss fights, you want your NPCs to have the best gear. So you'll have to make the best gear and then put them in rooms for them to collect. This is a dressing table, so you can change your appearance, including your gender, at any point in the game. For some reason, the characters look lighter skinned here than they do in this tool. I think we're going to become a male. Because we're going to be doing some hard work, some remodeling. Let's look a little less militaristic. You still have the functions of the items equipped. We're just changing how they look. We're just doing a glamour. If you played Final Fantasy 14. Where's the paddle? No, that's for festive occasions. It's just a stick. And we're going to be doing a lot of work building, so some work attire. Some of these clothes are, they change depending on your gender. Some do not. Some are the same, exactly the same, whether you're male or female. Let's see. And then some clothes can be dyed, some cannot. I think we're going to go with the farming gear since we're going to focus on building this up into a farming zone. Yeah, we'll do that. And I'm going to take the shield off. I mean, you can still have a shield equipped. It's just that if I have a shield equipped, I can glamour that shield to make it look like one of these. And there are actually more shields and more weapons in the game. I just haven't unlocked them all yet. So I definitely do have a lot more work to do, especially if I'm trying to get 100% completion. We'll do this one. I like this ponytail. So, like that scarf, bandito bandana. I wear that a lot. I think we're fine. Alright. We're gonna get some work done today. And I think there's one last place I don't think I showed y'all, the restaurant. There we go. There's 2 entrances to it. So here's a restaurant I made. This is, to build a restaurant, you have to have a kitchen, built a simple kitchen built next to a dining room. And so for the kitchen, there's different ways to make it. The simple kitchen. There's other types of kitchens as well, but for a restaurant specifically, which will cause a restaurant icon to show up on the map, and you'll start to hear a specific song play in this area, the song that you hear right now, I believe. You have to make a simple kitchen and then have it connected using a door to a dining room. And so there are some specific requirements in order to make these things. For a dining room, that'll cause the NPCs to come here looking to eat. And if you have a kitchen, NPCs that can cook will use the ingredients you put into the kitchen's chest. They'll make the food and then they'll put it back into the chest. And that's why you see these cooked food items here. And there's lots of different foods that you can make in this game. And then you have some foods, depending on the quality of the item, they have stars to them. That tells you they're better, especially if you use the crit version of ingredients. When that chest gets full, I believe, then as they continue to cook, they will then, if it's in a restaurant, they will then come into the dining room and start plating the foods onto the plates and bowls and stuff. So, yeah, well, you don't have to worry about serving food, and they'll just do it, and they'll just repeat that process, I believe. And there's lots of people who can cook. Sometimes they cook too much, or I don't have enough people eating enough. Your hunger meter is at the top left. You see it says 9% right now, so if it hits 0, then my character will be starving. You'll see him walk around looking all depressed and stuff, and then you won't be able to sprint, or you whack your sword, he'll do like a sigh. It's kind of annoying. So that's why you're supposed to eat. Some ingredients can be eaten raw, some cannot. Like I can't eat that pepper raw. You can't eat this cactus raw. You can eat butter raw, which is gross. Piano. He can sit at it. He can't play. Other NPCs though will come and they'll play. They'll do the motions, and you can take pictures and stuff. So, anyway, so I think that's pretty much everything that I have here at this place, made with the things available at the beginning of the game. And so the goal of this stream is to first tear all this shit down, which is why this golem is here. There's no real system for doing a mass, like an easy deletion of everything. I mean, you can wipe your own Buildertopia private island, which everything that's there you lose if you do it. But if you want to deconstruct everything so that you can rebuild, there's no easy way to do it. You have to do it brick by brick, just like how you built everything block by block. You have to do the same thing when it comes to tearing things down. But the golem can help you with that, as you're going to see in a minute or two. Oh, no, I forgot about this right here. So this is a bar, or as they call it, a pub, party pub. So here's a bar with their non-alcoholic labeled drinks. So we know this is alcohol. Well, that's coffee. That's a smoothie. One of these is, to me it's beer, but they don't call it beer. They call it a farmer's frappe. Let's see. We got, let's see. Yeah, so this monster actually will cook and brew drinks for you. Let's see. So you have to have wheat to make the beer. Let's see, do I have any wheat on me? Yes, I do. Put some in there, and then later we'll come back and see if he made some beer. And just to make sure he makes it, I'm going to take out these cabbage, because he'll turn that into a smoothie. Pumpkins, take that out. And these are other food items that have been stuffed in there. We are out of space. There we go. So, by leaving only wheat in here, he will then only have to make the beer. You'll only be able to make the beer. I don't believe they go to other places to get ingredients to bring them all the way back here to cook them. They will only use the ingredients that are in a chest in this specific room. But they can take the stuff they make and place it in other rooms or in other locations. So anyway, party pub. They can play darts and stuff. I don't understand though, like, the NPCs can come in here and do things. You cannot interact with these stuff. They have to change that for the next game. Like, I can't play darts. The NPCs can play darts. I can't. But I guess the idea is you're here to build, not to play, so whatever. This room randomly decided to build right here is a dye works, so it's for making dye. You can color things in 8 different colors besides their natural color. It's like black, white, pink, red, yellow, blue, green. I think that's it. And you can use, mostly you're using things you grow, vegetables and fruits to make the dye. It's very easy. Oh, so you see, you can see through the walls, he's making the beer. So there it is. This is a worm NPC here. He helps you terraform the landscape. So I'm gonna dump all of my dye to save some space in here. Yeah, purple, pink, red, green, yellow, blue, white, and black. 8 colors besides the default color of an item. Yeah, and use this to color stuff. You can also use a paint. You have a paint bucket that'll splash color everything on the map around it within this little zone, or you can use this to dye something specifically. So, get this out of my on-hand inventory. There we go, back to it. Okay, now I do believe that is all of the rooms that I have here right now. We're gonna have to tear all this shit down. And that's gonna be a lot of stuff. My bag is already full as it is. So before we do this, we're gonna need to put down some treasure chests and dump all of the stuff that I have in there. That way I can pick up all the crap that's gonna be made once we demolish this entire area. So we'll probably do that here. I didn't play DragonQuest Builders 1. I do know that one of the complaints about that game compared to this one is the limited storage. So in this game, a lot of players were happy to see that you have a lot more storage space. I believe when you first start this game, you don't have this, all of this storage space, I think, if I remember correctly. That's wrong. I haven't played the beginning in a while. Let's see, where's the chest? I think I just saw it. Where's the chest? Yeah, I'm highlighting it. Okay, there it is. Alright. So let's just dump. Probably gonna need more than 4. Or maybe not. 3, 4. There is a limit to how many chests or items in general of a kind you can put on the map. I've gotten warnings. I think maybe no more than 100 chests, for example, can be on this island. It then tells you if you place one more chest down, it will not be functional. So in this first one, we're going to stuff it with some of these, yeah, because we don't need these seeds for farming just yet. Yeah, we're not going to put any seeds down until we get most of this place already put together. So we're just going to dump all the farming stuff. Let's dump the paint. Yeah, because, I mean, right now we just want to tear everything down, so we're not going to rebuild it just yet. You're just going to tear things down. Which is the point of the game. The main game's philosophy is to understand that creation and destruction are both just 2 sides of the same coin. So you have this religion where the monsters worship this deity. I think his name is Malroth too, Lord of Destruction. They worship him, and they encourage destroying things, and anytime anybody builds anything, they will come destroy it. They've mind-fucked the NPCs in this game to make them believe that creation is evil, and so the NPC humans in the world, they don't like creating things. And then you meet them, and then you help improve their lives by building certain things, and you slowly convert them over to the idea that building is fun, building is great, and that's kind of like the whole purpose of the game. And as you're playing the game, you're traveling with that guy, Malroth, I showed you, who is, well, spoiler alert, he's like the reincarnation of the Lord of Destruction. You don't know that until you go through a certain part of the game. I knew it in advance, but the story is not, that's not revealed in the game until a little later. But, I mean, overall, we're 2 sides opposing each other, but when we work together, you create a wonderful world. So we build things, and then sometimes you gotta fuck it up and destroy it, and then you rebuild. And that's the yin-yang symbolism behind the game's philosophy. So, anyway. Let's see how much room we got. So, probably gonna need more room than even these 2 pages. Let me make a couple more chests, just in case. Actually, we have chests that are already sitting out, so if you're gonna destroy everything, you can just take those chests and just relocate them. And so see, you have to have a chest in here with these hay objects and these other things in order for it to be recognized as a barn. So as you saw, I just got the chest out. Now the room is no longer recognized as a barn. It's just a natural room. So now it has no function. NPCs will not do anything. They can come in here, but they won't do any function in there since the chest is gone. There was a couple more chests in different places because we're going to tear all this shit down. So it's okay. There was that gratitude. So you see, there were 3 hearts on the ground. Now, if I made a more higher quality potable plant, like you see the star, if I upgraded the quality, maybe using like golden floors and silver walls, that'll enhance the fanciness or the quality of the room. And so when an NPC comes in here to do something, a function, they'll drop more hearts, more gratitude. So the game encourages you to not just build, but to build high quality stuff using the right blocks. But some of the highest quality blocks are not that attractive to me, so sometimes you'll make a room, if you want to make it look really good, you're not going to have the highest quality, because just like slapping gold everywhere, it's just, that's not attractive to me. So. And let's take this chest. I do believe there are some NPCs that'll come in and make the dye for you as well. As long as you put ingredients in that chest that I just destroyed, I think they will make dye for you. Okay. And there was a chest over here too. There we go. Oh, had chests here as well. I mean, we're tearing this whole fucking thing apart, so. One cool thing about this game, so you use your hammer to destroy things, obviously. Let me equip a regular hammer, because the hammer that I have on me right now is not a regular hammer. Do I still have it? Or did I already dump it? I think I might have dumped it. So, when you have a bunch of gratitude, you can come here, use this to spawn items. You can see they cost. You get this after you beat the game. You get this feature, so you can just make whatever you want. As long as you got the gratitude to pay for it, you can just spawn most items. Some items you can't, like you see these 2 keys, you cannot spawn keys. You can't lock things and use keys to lock them and unlock those. Let's see. So you can't do that, but you can't spawn everything. But you can still put it in your registry for completion purposes. Let's get a regular giant mallet. So that costs 10 points. 10 gratitude points. So I paid for it. Now it's in my inventory right here. I'm going to equip it. So, what I want to show you is this. Use this hammer to destroy stuff. Right. This is a weaker hammer, so it's going to take more hits. Alright. Goes into your thing. I'm going to whack this wheat. So there's a seed and a wheat. However, and this, you can't eat raw, but you'll put it in the chest and they'll cook it. And then the seed you plant. Now, the wheat that you see here, it itself is also an item, an actual item itself. Right? So I just picked that up. When you use this regular hammer to destroy things, that's different than what you get when you use this mallet called the ultimate mallet. What this special mallet does, and you can see, remember I put a glamour, so that's why it still looks like it's a wooden mallet, but that's the other mallet that I have on me now. If you whack this wheat, now it's different. This is an actual wheat prop. That's the asset itself of wheat. So you can take that and use that for whatever you want, mostly decoration. If you want to make a kitchen and have like actual ingredients on your shelf, then you would use your ulti mallet to whack the lettuce, for example, and then you get that cabbage as an asset So like when you sort all of your items in your inventory, the first set is going to be seeds and then fruit and vegetables, the actual ingredients to cook with. Those asset things like that wheat that I just picked up and that lettuce goes in the back of your list because it's now just a prop. So you can see it's an actual 3D prop versus a cartoon image of the vegetable. So those are two different things. And so that's the really cool thing about this Ulti-Mallet hammer. As you go to different places around the game, you want to fill in your encyclopedia of items, of assets. You'll have to use the Ulti-Mallet to whack things that you would normally end up destroying, just so you can get that added into your inventory for completion purposes. They count as two different things. This lettuce versus the lettuce ingredient. Two different things. This wheat ingredient is one thing. And you can't even, like, it's not even holding it. Versus these, which are the props, the assets of wheat. So, just a little interesting designation. Yeah, let's take this. Some items have a different version when it's an asset versus an ingredient or item, and there are some things that do, like you saw here, there's a lettuce and then there's a lettuce and stuff. But like this wood fence, for example, I break that wood fence, I'm getting my wood fencing back. So you don't get a different asset when you use this hammer to break those types of things. So, interesting distinction. You have to play the game and get used to it to kind of get familiar with what I'm talking about there. Alright, so let's go set all these chests off to the side, and then we can begin destroying all this shit. And just to make sure that I'm not wasting space. Fucking ghosts. See, that's what I mean. So I'm building on this island because I want monsters to come out, which will give the soldiers something to do. And I hate that damn ghost, though. I don't know if anybody that likes fucking ghosts. It only comes out at night, and it doesn't like to be in a lit area. So if you don't have light all over the place, that thing does massive damage. And then you could be like in the middle of building or doing something, and it'll still hit you. The world won't pause in the middle of certain actions. I think if I pull up my inventory, the game is paused. But if I'm like actively building, you see I'm reaching into this chest, the game does not pause. So you can still get your ass beat. So, gotta be careful of that. And they come out usually right before sunrise, so you don't have to worry about the ghosts for too long. But they are very, very annoying. And they can kill you if you're not paying attention. I think when it comes to items stacking in a position, in a spot, I think the max is $9.99. Then it'll go over to a new stack. Another thing I like about this game is when you're dumping stuff into your treasure chest, if the item has a clear background like you see here compared to these which have a gray background and blue square, these items can be pulled out of the chest from wherever, as far as, not removed from a chest, but if you're going to use a workbench to build something, you can use ingredients that are in your chest, as long as the chest is somewhere in the map where you are, it can be accessed at a building workstation. So you don't have to actually have the item in your inventory on your character. You've just got it in a chest somewhere. These clear background items can still be accessed and used for building things, for dyeing, or whatever you want to use. These things, no. If they don't have a clear background and you want to use it, you have to have it with you, on you. But these, yeah. You can have these anywhere on the map as long as they're in a chest. You can use it at a workstation, anywhere on the same map. So that's really good because it helps you it helps you save. You don't have to keep lugging all this junk around all the time. And this stuff, I should delete it because I have infinite wood unlocked, infinite stone, infinite cord unlocked as well. I don't know if I have infinite cotton. And that's from doing some side stuff in the game. I probably should keep some food with me because if my character gets hungry, it's going to be kind of hard to get work done. Matter of fact, let's just take that with me. That pie, pumpkin pie, fried egg, better bread. I love the cooking mechanics in this game. I think it's pretty fun. I wish when they make part 3, that they put many more dishes in here. They need to have like, I think they maybe have like well over 100 different things you can cook. They should have more. I think the most number of ingredients you can mix together is 3 ingredients. So those combinations get you different food items. So it's pretty cool. As you can see, some items have buffs. You can have more than one buff at a time. So right now I have an attack buff. Alright, so how much free space do we have? So we got about roughly 3 sheets. That might be enough for all things in here. I mean, I don't really have that much built in this zone, and it was only using the stuff from the early part of the game, so I think we might be good. We can begin destroying all this shit. Alright. Alright, so, when you go to different places in the game, you meet these different monsters and characters and things. You can befriend monsters, like you beat their ass first, and then a little dialogue box opens up and you can give them like a treat, and then they'll join your team, and then you can use their abilities. Like this guy can fly. He has stamina though, so there is a limit to it, but you just kind of just stop flapping for a second, it'll rebuild, and then you can go higher, and then just kind of, that's how you can get up to some higher areas. Of course, you can build way up into the sky. There's a limit, of course, but you can build way up here. You can see the mountains coming up here. So here's the green garden zone. It's not that big. And you can build wherever you want. I could have built, you know, stuff all over these mountains here. Let's see, over here is where the snow zone is in my castle. That'll be for a different stream. And then the other zone, the sand dune zone, with it's like a resort area. You can kind of see it in the distance there. Oh, those are some tracks. I forgot I had that in here. Let me show you. So you can see that there are some mine tracks, like Minecraft. You can also put down some mine trails and use mine carts and stuff as well, just for fun, like a little roller coaster. So I was using it as a way to zip from one place to another without using the teleportation, just for the hell of it. Anyway, we're gonna tear all this down, including the trees too. So here's a good way to demonstrate the issue with this. If I use, and I lost that hammer, let's just buy another hammer. Yeah, cheap hammer mallet. If you use a regular hammer, and I whack this tree, it drops wood, and a stump, which gives you additional wood. Now, I don't really care for this wood because I have infinite wood unlocked. If you use the ulti mallet and I whack a tree, I'm not going to get wood. Instead, you get the tree asset. And then you can put it wherever you want for decoration. So, that is an important distinction. The ulti mallet tool is probably one of the most favorite popular tools in the game. Because then that's how you're getting access to all the little assets all around. I mean, just even this grass right here that's sticking out of the ground. I whack that. Here you go. Now you got an actual grass prop that you can put wherever you want. But if you use a regular mallet, you get nothing. So, we want to try to save all the assets that are around here, though. So I do want to have trees around. This will be a outdoorsy, nature-based kind of place. I just want to make it look a little bit more modern. So we're going to use the golem for that. The golem is the quickest way to destroy everything. Now, if I use him to punch things, it's going to be like I'm using a regular mallet, so we will not be able to recover these trees. But I also do have things for growing new trees as well, so it's not a big deal that they get destroyed. Alright, let's do this. We'll just start over here. So many memories, but gotta go. I do find it fun. I don't know if there's a limit to how many items on the ground the game can hold at a time. I don't know if, like, after having so many of these are umber and lumpy umber, if I have so many of them on the ground, will some of them start disappearing because the game can't handle having too many out? I don't know. Come on. I do not like stuff just sitting around like this. That will bother me. I have to get that. That will bother the heck out of me. Fuck my father. Oh, what? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about picking up the umber. Just pick up my shit. Bam! Ooh, 5, goddammit. Okay. Yeah. I think shit was disappearing. I didn't pick up all this stuff that was here. So I think there is a limit. I think the game was... Fuck. Oh, man, because some of those seeds and stuff... Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely had more seeds than this. So I don't think I picked up those seeds. I think, yeah, there's a limit to how many things can be on the ground. As far as dropped items goes. And the game starts deleting some of them. Damn. So I just fucked myself right there, actually. All that means, though, is that I'm going to have to actually pay for more seeds to replace the ones that just magically disappear. So, that sucks. I mean, I could do a quick reload, but, blah. We'll take that punishment. It's okay. So don't just delete things and think you can come by and pick it up later. You're probably going to have to delete a small area, then go back. Delete a small sized area of items, pick it up, then go to the next spot and destroy, and then repeat that process. Seems like we won't be able to just go around and destroy everything and then do a massive pickup of everything afterwards. Can't do that. The game's gonna destroy all your shit. Yeah. I want to collect this dirt. These are tilled soil, so they're prepared for growing things. You can't just grow things except flowers in non-tilled soil. And these darker colored ones are ones with fertilizer on it, so the plants grow faster. I think we'll leave it there for now. But I did fuck myself by not picking up those shit. I lost a lot of seeds and shit. That is bad. Because I think each seed, you can buy seeds using gratitude. They cost 50 a pop. So that adds up a lot. It really depends, though. How much ingredients do you need? How many people are you trying to feed? I mean, because the NPCs, they eat, I think, 2 or 3 times a day. In addition to going to a bar at night and consuming whatever's there as well. So if you're not going to have a bunch of people here, you don't need to have a lot of farms. As a matter of fact, you're going to make too much food, which you can use for dye and other things. So it's not necessarily bad to have few seeds, but I did not want to use those seeds. That was a mistake. So, yeah. Let's take some of these decorative landscape items for myself. Oh, this is some water sitting here. There's different types of liquids. you have to use this pot tool. This tool right now I have hot water in it, and I do not want to lose that hot water. You can only hold one type of water at a time, or one liquid, because you can't hold like lava. There's lava, there's mud, muddy water, there's, call it plasma, but it's really blood in the main story. I think it's blood. A red liquid. It's like plasma. I know what the fuck that is. But this is hot water. You can make a spa, or you can use this with eggs to make boiled eggs. There's fishing, and then there are some fish that like to live only in hot water. So, I've seen some players, they make a reservoir system or a building where they're hosting all the different types of liquids. And so then to get new liquid, you'll have to go to your liquid source, sitting next to this, and then you'll push R2 and it'll scoop the liquid into there. So you see it disappeared. And then you can pour it back like this. And then I still have it in here, so I have infinite hot water. But if I go and scoop up another type of water, then that'll change it in my pot. I will not be able to use hot water anymore. This is a regular water, regular clean water they have right there. So if I scoop that up, I will no longer have hot water, and that's why you want to make sure you dump some of your liquid somewhere and keep it there. And so people have different structures they use, like a tank, and they design it in a way to where the character can stand next to the tank and scoop up some water, but it won't all disappear. Usually they use like a waterfall to make that happen. Because if you go up high and do a waterfall, the water can fall down into here. Actually, let's do that, just to be safe. Make another spot for regular water. We're going to do this anyway, actually. And you probably should make these further apart. If I stood right here, it'll scoop up both sources of water right here because they're close to each other. But only one type of water can go into the mallet. It'll the pot. So it'll suck up both, but you'll only have one, and you'll lose it. And then I'll have to go to some other place to go find it to resource the special kind of water and bring it back. So let's actually a little further away from that. So that's going to be for hot water. That'd be hot water. We'll keep that there. Let's go scoop up this. So that's just regular water, right? So you see this waterfall I have right here. At the very top, you go up there and pour the water from your pot up there. It creates that waterfall. It's like it's infinite water or whatever. It won't overflow this paddy field I made for rice. That's rice, heat root, and sugar cane. It won't overflow it. If I come here and I try to scoop up the water, you see it goes away, but then it gets kind of partially refilled because of the waterfall. So you can scoop all this water up, but that waterfall is going to resupply some water down here. So it's a way to get infinite water spilling here. So what you do, a player will make a structure, a tall tower or something, and they'll have a waterfall at the very top of the tower. The waterfall will drop whatever kind of water it is. And then at the bottom of your structure, you come in and you'll scoop the water that you need, but the waterfall will resupply it. So you'll never lose that resource as long as you don't accidentally go up there and scoop the water from the waterfall. That will destroy the waterfall, and then there'll be no more water replenishing wherever you're trying to get that water to go. So it's just a little trick I saw someone do. They use they make like little tank towers or whatever for that purpose. There's an ant up there. So that's another example of a monster. I mentioned I like to have the monsters around so soldiers can fight. You can also use them as resources. I think they drop like sugar and wheat seeds, I think, or something like that. So we're gonna put this regular water here. There's muddy water. There's poison. There's plasma, like I mentioned. There's salt water from the ocean. But there's plenty of that all over the place. Okay, let's continue with the destruction. We're gonna go find that golem. He went to sleep. I don't know if that worm guy ever goes to sleep. Oh, there he is. Wake your bitch ass up. Hey, Wake up. I got work to do. Man, give me the note. There it is. There it is. Alright. Continue where we left off. Let me, yeah, you know what? He's gonna go back to sleep. Let me get rid of the waterfall first. Oh, come on. Scoot that up. And the waterfall is gone. And you can see it falls down there. And all the water is gone now because that was the source of water for that patty fill. And also, I should have collected those torches while I was up there too. This is going to be a long-term project. This might take a while. So I don't intend this won't be done within an hour. I mean, I don't want the video to be 1,000 hours long, but this is definitely going to take some time. So I'll probably download this video and then shorten it a little bit or speed up some parts of it. So you can see, in a very quick manner, be able to see the before and after. Go. Alright. Let's get that golem guy and I'm getting right back to sleep. Wake him right back up. Sir. There we go. Oh, don't, okay. Just that quick did I forget that my stuff was going to disappear if you destroyed too many things and had their icons sitting out. Now, if I get tired of having to go find the golem and recruit him, I can add him to my party and he'll follow me around everywhere I go. Let's do that. Oops. Swat. Whoopsie. Ah, okay, I replenished. There's another ghost. He'll harass you as long as there's it's darkness and no light around you. He will continue to harass you. Alright, we're gonna go recruit the golem into our party, and so therefore he'll follow me around everywhere I go, so I don't have to keep waking him up. And that's what this item is for. Okay. He's on this island with me. It's Green Gardens. There he is. Golem. Add the party. And so there he is. And so he'll stay behind me the entire time. Kind of weak against that ghost. Doesn't do that much damage in my opinion. I really hate those ghosts. I mean, the simple fix is just to put lights all over the place. They'll run away. Then you destroy it, and then here comes another fucking one. They just, I mean, goddamn. He's on my ass. Wait for me. Back up. I hate these damn ghosts. And another one. You're so fucking annoying. Get out of here. Oh, I want your watchtower. Stop trying to convert me. Leave me alone. Yep. Oh, you want to run like a little bitch now? Yeah. I did not want to destroy these mountains. So we'll have to rebuild it. Make it look more natural. See? I shouldn't have done that either. That water spilled over. Let's put that back for now. Not the final product, we're just gonna close that off. That water doesn't flood. I just don't want the fencing there. Oops, did do that right. It's a little glider. All those ants up there. They come in and they freaking destroy your crops. Okay. I'm gonna leave the river as it is. That was a big part of the main game. You have to terraform the whole area into making rivers, giant waterfall and stuff, and then you build around that. So I'm gonna leave that. I might change the borders. This wooden border you see here lining the river, I might keep that there. But I definitely want to pick up my fence, because I might, this is the old rusted fence. That's the first fence you get in the game, fencing, and I don't like it. It looks old. I want to update everything. Alright, so let's continue this destruction. I think I want to leave just the platforms as they are. Come from. So you destroy things and then monsters should start moving in. But I do want these monsters. Okay, this bunny drops some meat and the slime drops oil. So, using the monster-free zone, yeah, you don't have to worry about getting attacked, but you're also missing out on spawning some things that you most likely will need. They just move right on back. I'm gonna try to keep the landscape as much as I can. I just want to get stuff back that I use to build it. We're gonna keep the tracks and stuff here for now. I do want my pumpkin light. And the stairs. Yeah, we'll take the bridges too. Some might have tier ones or do something different besides connecting these little platforms. I like how, so you can do first person as you're working, that way when you break something in first person, it will automatically go to your inventory, so you don't have to pick it up off the ground. But you can only break one thing at a time unless they have little smash moves for you to break like a 5x5 square, 5x5x5 square. So you can do first person to make things a little more convenient. What were you doing in there, sir? Make sure we don't destroy too much, because then they'll start erasing it. All this wood. wrecking ball. I don't want to. Oh god, I was just about to say I don't want to fucking rip into the landscape that much. And it is. Oh. We can make it. We can rebuild it. And now my character is absolutely starving. I don't think you really suffer punishment that much if you're riding a monster and doing things with a monster versus if I was going around trying to whack stuff by myself. So here we go. So when you're starving, then your character is all hunched over like this. And then if you swing your hammer, after every time you swing it, he does that. So that's kind of annoying. You swing your sword, he does too. That's kind of annoying. So that's why you do want it. You get plus speed. Speed. Our inventory is not all the way filled just yet. Okay, good. We still have at least a page empty. You know what? Yeah, we'll leave the border of the river, but we're going to destroy everything I put in the middle. Following me. That could bother me. Sometimes the whole, like, horde will show up and you'll have to fight off the attack. And I actually like that. Sometimes it's annoying when you're doing some long-term building stuff, like you don't want 1,000 ants coming in to fuck your shit up sometimes. But if it happens here, I'm not going to complain, because as I mentioned before, I do want the monsters. So I want to break off. And once I feel like I got some stuff established, which I could go ahead and get some NPCs here, some soldiers at least, so if we do get attacked, they can take care of it. But we'll wait until it becomes a problem. Because I don't want to have to like feed the soldiers. I don't want to have to take care of them. So one mechanic in this game is when it comes to monsters spawning in these areas, they will spawn depending on the type of blocks that are on the ground. So for example, if you have a large area that is covered in some type of grass, then you will get those bunny rabbits and those slimes to spawn occasionally. If you have an area that's filled with a lot of this dirt, this arid dirt, then scorpions will spawn, as well as, I forgot what else there's, I think there's something else that spawns besides scorpions. So there's lots of different monsters, but they spawn in areas depending on the type of terrain that's laid down. If I had snow all over the place, like in my castle area, you get like wolves, or werewolf guys, and some other stuff, yetis or something like that. So, and I think the ants are coming from this material, these stony materials used in the mountain right here. They just keep spawning. I did not want to fucking do that. So, anyway, yeah. The environments determine not only what type of monsters will spawn randomly, But also, if you go fishing, depending on the terrain that your character is standing on while they're fishing, that will determine the types of fish that you can get. And I believe there are 40 types. I mean, there are some duplicates, like you have crit versions of certain fish. So that's counted in the 40, but there are 40 fish that you can catch in this game. I have not caught every single kind. The fishing is not that bothersome to me. I don't like fishing in general. I don't like fishing in real life. I don't like fishing in games. I hate fishing in any... It doesn't matter what the game is. I fucking hate fishing. Final Fantasy 14 online, I'm level 71 fisher. I have not fished not once to get to that level. I just turn in items to get the experience, and that's how I level up my fisher. In a lot of like Zelda games will have, I think, fishing. I don't like fishing. I don't really eat that much fish. Maybe that's why, I don't know. Hardly ever eat fish. I do not like fishing. I think it's boring as fuck. Like that. Boring. I cannot understand the fascination with golf. Everybody has to sit there and you go shh. And everybody has to stand there and watch somebody swing a little stick. They hit a ball way down an area you can't even see anymore. That is not fun. I don't like putt-putt. If I putt-putt, I don't have the discipline to stand there in spot and whack a ball into a hole. I'll just take the ball and just drop it in the hole. Now what? There's sports I don't like. I don't like golf. I don't like fishing. I can tolerate fishing in this game. Some games I just cannot even tolerate it. I don't know. That's all my shit for the game show. I love these little lights. They're really, really good. You can color them as well. I use those lights a lot. We also have an asset set and DLC pack of like more modern furniture and things. So I like that. And that's, again, that's part of the reason why we're doing this, is now that I unlocked a lot of that stuff, I want to use that to make a more modern looking farm area. I don't believe there's any more DLC that's going to come out for this game. There were some packs that came out fairly early in this game when it was dropped. They released a few other packs, a Japanese one, some other DLC. I'm hoping, or at least I was hoping, that they would put out some more. I don't think they are, though. I haven't heard anything from any of the developers about this game. It's kind of weird. I wish they would, though, come out with more DLC, some more stuff. Especially more modern stuff. Like a television, a computer, little assets to make more modern looking homes. But people just use other assets to build things that may look like those modern things. Back down comes the restaurant. All that food. Can't jump that. Now that you have these building structures gone, now more and more monsters are spawning since more of the terrain is exposed. Most NPCs and monsters go to sleep at night. The ones that you have recruited go to sleep at night. I think some of the soldier NPCs, they may stay up for most of the night, if not all of the night. I think miners will stay up most of the night. They go to the bar at night if you have one in your town. They'll go to the bar at night. And then there are some soldiers who do patrols all through the night. I think like one NPC named Brittany, who's from the main story, I think she stays up all night. I don't think she goes to sleep at all. I haven't really noticed if she does. But generally, most people go to sleep at night. There are some villagers, like little kids, they go to sleep as soon as nighttime comes. Some of the adults will as well. But some of them will stay up, a lot of the guys. And the singers and dancers, they'll stay up all night. Most of the night. Doing things at the bars, singing, dancing, whatever, and then they'll try to go to sleep like right before sunrise. What I typically do. Stay up all night and go to sleep like at 5 a.m. So your towns they're not completely dead at night. You'll have some activity happening. Besides ghosts coming around harassing you all day. We're getting progress here. Almost done clearing this. Oh, I didn't know what that was. I forgot that was a little bird guy. Chimera. I think I'm gonna... don't want to leave this in here. Nah, we're gonna tear that down. At least this part. I'm not gonna go beyond this cliff. I don't have anything built down there except for that stairwell that I used to get up there. I think we'll leave that there for now. Man, you took a big chunk of my health. I got to do a dump. What's interesting about the actual DragonQuest games, like the older ones, I believe you have the top-down view. So when you came to a village or a house, whatever, they never would show the roof. So when you do the campaign mode, they teach you how to build houses. They don't teach you about roof building. I think that's intentional, as an homage to the old school Dragon Quest games. I mean, Dragon Quest, I mean, the recent one, like 11 was 11. I think it's 11. Obviously have buildings with roofs in them. But the old schools didn't. I mean, I think all those games back in the Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo days did not have the, places did not have roofs so you could see into them. So they kind of like do a joke upon themselves to teach you how to build, and they never tell you about the roofs. You have to figure that out for yourself. It was very much so intentional. The strongest weapon in the game comes from a glitch that was in an older Dragon Quest game. And they put a kind of glitchy system in this game to pay respect to the original glitch in whichever Dragon Quest game it came from. Like some OP sword I think you could make. Doing some weird process. In here, there's a process a very weird process you can use to kind of glitch the game to create the strongest sword, but I don't think it's really a glitch if it's intentional. It's pretty cool though. The process is very, very weird. Alright. More ants. It's kind of annoying. Alright. Dump. Okay, the golem at least helped me fight, but he waits until after I get hit to fight. I think the soldiers do as well for the most part. They won't proactively fight in all circumstances. A lot of the time they will wait for you to get hit, then they do something about it. Can you do your job? Off me. Man, I do want monsters. I don't want them right now. Wake up. Keep fucking coming. You're just gonna keep respawning over and over and over and over and over. Alright. Got a couple more pages of free space. Okay, let's finish up the last little bit. Here, come here. Oh god. I don't think the bunnies attack you. They'll fight back if you hit them. But they don't proactively try to hit you. They know they're a free threat. I think we're gonna finish the rest of this foot. I think I might be. I think that might be it for the golem. I don't really need them that much anymore. Lots of different fish in this game. Some can be eaten and cooked. Some cannot. Some are just for viewing in an aquarium. You can make a fish tank or whatever. That's a fish net to keep them from flowing beyond, you know, wherever you want them to be. Yeah, we're gonna get these fishes. So notice as I whack them, see that's the asset for the bush because I'm using that special hammer. Also now, if I use the regular hammer, a seed will be left behind. I think some fiber and possibly a medicinal leaf that can be used to make potions and medicine. I think you can also cook them with other ingredients like cookies. Different cookies with different effects depending on the like if you add coffee beans with it, it'll make a medicinal cookie that wards away sleep. There are some monsters that can cast a sleepy, drowsy spell on you. You can make an anti-poison cookie with other little effects. Stuff to protect you. So I'm going to leave everything, and it's not that much down there, but we're going to leave all the rest of this here. Just a few stairwells and some lights and some fencing as you walk up from that way. We're going to leave that there. Let's get this. A post box. So as you go through the game and you come back here after you do certain parts of the main story, then you have some characters that'll send letters to you. Hold on. Did my Wi-Fi drop? For a second. Oh no, we're still live. Oh, my phone is acting like it can't pick up the Wi-Fi. Yeah, so as you meet different characters and go through different parts of the story, they can send you letters here. You can check it within that mailbox. And that's how they invite you and tell you that there's a new island you can go to. Like some in-game stuff. They'll send you a letter there. Check it out. Get this exploring. Oh, he gave me some meat. We're gonna leave the few things we have on this side of the mountain, we're gonna leave that there. I wanna leave this way there. Yeah, we can leave that there. Leave them. I forgot I had a light out there. Yeah, we can leave these, we can leave that here. I'm most likely not gonna build outside of this little immediate domain area. There. Inner two little ladder pieces. Now that white sand is not natural. I added that there when I made this little beach looking area. Try to get that up. I just picked up the majority of what I wanted. Alright, I need to get rid of this golem because he's taking up too much space around me. Let's go back to the dock because I think I have my residence register there. And then we can pick him out of a party. And then you go off and do your own thing. Okay. Now, I am, however, going to add my little Chimera monster to my party, especially when I get ready to do, like, roofing and things. I need a little help getting up. It can help with that. Now, before we begin this grand process, actually, let's do one stop. Let's take a look. First, let's go to the mountaintop. So this is where there's a spirit creature here, and a lot of dialogue and story events and communication happens here. Oh, you're mine. I thought that was mine. Okay, so you can find these little Easter eggs called mini medals in this game. I think they're in Quest games actually. Little collectibles. You collect them after they give you stuff. So you have to get 3 more, and then he'll give you some other music. You can have music playing in different rooms and stuff with the right items. So there are some mini medals out in the world that I have not, in different islands as well, that I haven't collected. So we'll have to take care of that. Since we're here. So, right up here, at a certain point in the game, you get the ability to make a flag that you can hang in your kingdom or wherever. and the flag can have a design. So you actually use this platform right here to put colorful bricks down, these little, I forgot what they call these, special type of, just color blocks. You can use color blocks to make a pixel picture, and then that'll be on your flag. You can put the flag wherever you want. This is supposed to be a piano, but music notes. People do a lot of line art here. You can see off into the distance. Let's see, there's a boat there from the story, but it doesn't move. We'll take a look at that in a second. Here's the third and final zone. That's the snowy area. There's a castle. We can take a look there in a little bit. And then, look over here. That's the desert resort area. And of course, where we just came from is somewhere off that way. Let's look at that boat. Actually, I should be able to just glide myself there faster. You can build wherever you like. I don't know if you can really have NPCs living way out here. But here is a pirate ship. The ship itself does not move. It's using blocks just like the terrain. I kind of stole a bunch of the white blocks to make a sail. That's like a bunch of holes here. But there's stuff in it you can harvest. I mean, you can destroy this whole entire structure. You can keep the, different big blocks and stuff for yourself. I did take a few things like you saw, holes all over that sail. But for the most part, I don't really fuck with the ship. I don't really care for the ship. Go back top. Look at the, before we start our building stuff, let's look at the other place. The final zone you unlock is this snowy area that is supposed to be the site of your castle. Most of this snow, I believe, I had to put down myself. So there's a castle back there, and it could be improved with more like a castle. And I just added these few houses. You got a little area here where monsters attack. The game, as a part of the campaign, forces you to build some defenses against the monsters. So there's like a bunch of traps and things down there. There's just a couple of houses. I saw somebody with a house like this. Well, a row of houses, kind of like in Europe or New York, with houses that are connected side by side. I saw that and I liked it, and so I tried to copy something like that here. So these houses, they're kind of modern. Living area. You generally want to avoid having paths that are just one block wide, so like you would want to have two sets of stairs side by side to make it a double wide path. The NPCs have a hard time navigating different areas if it's a narrow path, like a 1x1 path. But here's a little attic area, bedroom. Contemporary chamber it is called, because I'm using the modern pack of assets, like that fancy coffee table. That's like an IKEA table with shelves and blinds. Yeah, so I want more modern stuff like that. Looking out here, I think this is also, yeah, bedroom. I think I have attics. Yeah. Attic or restroom. Someone used it. Here was a sweet shop. I made over here as well. And a picture of the sweet shop that we're in right now. Do you have any empty food? Nope, empty. Oh, we are broke. There is no food around here. Oh, there's a cookie. Take those cookies. My character is starving. Still not full. Let's take that. Soup? What kind of soup is this? Rice pudding. Yeah, I don't eat that. Yeah, these gift boxes are chests as well. There's somebody else? Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, I got NPCs here. I forgot I moved people here to move them out of the garden so I could build. Oh yeah, there's people here. See, I think I put a bar up here. Yep, you can hear that music. Yep, here's a bar. Somebody was playing darts. That classic boogie woogie piano. Anything to drink in here? Nope. Do I have drinks in here? Nope, I took everything out. These to make your beverages. Look at some soldiers there patrolling. So that's why I like to have zones like this. What is, I don't know what she's doing. Don't jump, girl. Don't do it. Soldiers are on patrol. Looking for monsters. Ooh, let me take that fish. So, here are some of the reservoir tanks. I think I mentioned that. What players do, they build these structures, and so you know to stand in a certain spot, and then you can use your pot to take whatever type of water is in there, and it just gets automatically refilled because you have a waterfall up top. So I think this one's empty. This one has seawater. You can kind of see it at the top. Seawater, water, hot water, muddy water. It's empty. Yeah. Plasma, lava. There's a Yeti. He helps you make snow. So this is my castle. As a part of the game, they build very much the most of the foundation of a castle, and then you end up having to add things like the roof and other chambers and the rooms and things like that. That's a portal. You can move that portal wherever you want. You also can use this as a gateway to other players' worlds for multiplayer. But this is the castle. My castle, our colors are black. Black on black on black. Let's do the tour real quick. Yeah. So the soldiers are on patrol. There's a zombie, but he's a good zombie. He's my friend. So to the right is the kitchen, dining, cafeteria. Castle cafeteria. Which, I'm guessing there must be something here, yeah. Somebody's cooking and doing stuff. Well, they got all sorts of food up in here. I'm gonna just dump all this in there for now. Well, let me keep the seeds, but with other junk they can have. Take oil. And I'll take some salads too, just in case. I like that photo. That's nice. I'm guessing, I think it's from the first Dragon Quest, I think? I don't know. This guy's walking around with a towel. That's the clothes I put out for him, so they all wear a towel. See what else we got over here. This zombie guy, he works as a, he makes beer. He works in the potable plant rooms to make your drinks for your pubs. And he has drool coming out of his mouth. That's disgusting. Well, look at them feet. Look, nasty. What is this from? I think it's a spa. Yep. There's slime in here. I don't know what she's doing. She's in here chilling. This is a changing room for the spa. So I think I tried to make everything black, or most items black here. There's a nice sexy black piano. Just a bell to sum everybody here. Little garden area. Flowers and stuff. Oh, little fish in there. Nice little garden area. This was a church, and then I emptied it out, so I haven't replaced it with anything yet. So that's just the empty room available. But this is, yeah, this bathroom. Black on black on black, black toilet. I should have made the toilet paper black. It's black toilet paper. That's kind of cool. I think this is access point to rooms, personal rooms. Yeah. So made rooms for the soldiers here. But like I said, most soldiers, they walk around at night. I don't know what's going on in there. We're just gonna let them have some privacy. Let's see. And this is an armory. It's just kind of weird. So swords and stuff, and food because people stuff random things wherever they like. Check these out. It's funny business. I don't know what's going on downstairs. So yeah, I think it's just mostly soldiers here, and they usually stay up at night to patrol. Alright, let's go up. See, we're walking around. Here is the throne room. This is my throne room. I love it. I think it's hot. I actually want to take a picture of it. I like that. That's hot. Let's use save it. And you can just sit there and look like a king. You don't do anything. You just sit there and be a king or a queen or whatever you want to be. I think this is a royal bathroom. My bathroom for the king. Somebody's been taking a shit in my toilet. Because I can't put no poo in that toilet. So that's somebody else's poo. What the fuck went in here? Royal bath. That's the default here for the male pro tag. Empty. And my bedroom. Oop. Oh, get up. You can go to sleep, which will make the game will fast forward. I believe if you sleep at night, it'll fast forward to sunrise, which pretty much the sun's coming out right now. The hell? Get your ass up! Get out of my house! Oh, the memories. That's when I was playing the main campaign. That picture's hot. I think I uploaded it, so yeah, it's gonna connect. Will it show me how many people liked it? 217 likes, because I posted this May the 3rd. I don't think it was that long ago. Over a month ago. I think I took that on May the 3rd, but I don't think I uploaded on May the 3rd. Pretty sure I uploaded that like last week, like a few days ago. 217. No likes yet on these. I guess somebody's seen me or something. I don't know. Right now, this one has the most, 244. And they got 19,000, and they deserve it. That's a really good picture. So I might go visit them. Visit that island and copy their stuff. I like having the see-through roof. I like that a lot. I like the effects of the lighting and all that with those panes. That's pretty cool. And let's see what else we got here. Over here, I think this is the Magic Chamber Wizard's Workshop. Yeah. So certain characters will come in here, and they will use items placed in this chest to make some magical items and traps and things used for fighting the monsters off, basically. That's a church. So the nuns will come in here and pray, and I think some characters will come in here and pray as well. Yeah, they leave hearts behind when they do. So that's why you want to try to have high quality stuff. So this actually came from one of the in-game story maps. There was a church that was completely like dilapidated. It was destroyed. It was rustic. Had holes all over the place. And so I made a copy of it, brought it here, and then renovated it. And that is something I probably would like to do long term as well for some of these videos. Just go to places in the game's main story, these structures that are all destroyed and rusty, make copies of it, bring it here, and then remodel it, renovate it. So this is a copy of that church. Probably not the final design that they intended. Like, I don't know if it was modeled off an actual church from one of the earlier DragonQuest games. Like that weird sloped roof, I would not naturally do that. But I just wanted to renovate it, just take out all the bad blocks, replace it with better blocks. So the structure of it is the same. It's just been improved with better quality blocks. It was to the side room as well. So you have to use the nuns. Yeah, Esther and Catherine, basically. And they just go in there all day and pray. Sometimes they'll cook. Sometimes these... Okay, they're not going in there. They're doing patrols. I think this was the training room. Yeah. So the soldiers will come in here and they'll work out and train. People can come here and shoot fireworks. The war room for the main campaign. You make this room and the characters will come in here and they'll strategize and plan for war. And this is a library. Yeah, this is a library. And so when you make these functional rooms, like this library, nothing gets produced, but if a character comes in here, they can enjoy their time here as well and leave gratitude hearts behind. The more stars, the higher the quality. So he's coming in here, he's strategizing. We're strategizing. We're not just standing around trying to look cute. He's thinking how to defend the castle. Alright. Let's show you the final zone, the sand area, the resort, actually. Faster glide. There's Green Gardens again. We're gonna go back there and get to work in a second. Or I might end the stream, because I'm pretty sure we're well over an hour. So here is the other zone, the third zone. So this is the resort area, the sunny sands, whatever they call it. They built this giant pyramid for you. So each of these zones, except for the farming area here, had a large thing that the characters, the NPCs, build as a part of the story. So they built this large pyramid for you, and then you can put whatever you want inside. There's a train. The minecart is connecting to the farm area. I built that. This building that I'm standing on is a nice little hotel apartment building that I built. All you get is the pyramid free. They build that for you. And then you end up having to terraform the oasis area for the most part. So let's just take a quick tour. So this building I made, and this may not stand. I might actually tear it down and redo this, but I wanted it to be a resort. So I do believe this counts as a hotel. You can make a hotel if you have a reception room. Like you see this label as an enormous cool reception room, 2 stars. So you put down like a couch and a couple other things and it counts as a reception. If you have the reception room connected by one wall to a bedroom, then it turns into a hotel. For the hotel, I don't think it's really that different than a regular bedroom. The characters can go to sleep in the bedroom and then they'll leave parts behind. But they do that already in any bed. So this is actually my room. So this is labeled as my actual room. So this is my place, my personal place. By using this place, you can have it assigned to a character. So this is fine to me. I could also have roommates if I wanted by putting their own little things on the wall too. But this is my place. I was hoarding some of the best cooking ingredients. Yeah, I did leave some behind. But I was hoarding a lot of that, so here's my stash of food. So I could just cook everything and, you know, for completionist purposes. Here's some random crap. This is junk. Clothes. I thought I had my star. No? I don't have any of my rare items here. But yeah. So this is my personal place. And it was built at that part of the campaign of the game, so I mean, if I built my own place now, it may not have even come out to look like this if I use the stuff that I've unlocked. But this is my place. You can decide the type of music that you want to play in a room by using gramophone, turntable, record player thing, and all those music notes that you saw. You can play that music, and it plays only while you're in that room. I think up here, it's just one giant room. I like this. So this prop lets you see other people's stuff. I think this is also how you can get access to, you can see other people's stuff day by day or over a long period of time. It's really cool to see what other people create in this game. People create some pretty amazing things. And then notice how, like, you highlight a picture, it says press X to view, and then if you push R3, you can then teleport to that island if they have it unlocked. There's some really nice pictures in this game. There are some trash pictures in this game too. Lots of trash. But lots of really great things you can use as inspiration looking at other people's stuff. Ooh. Old school Legend of Zelda, like the first Zelda game. There's Link. It's pretty nice. They only got 43 likes. Oh, because they uploaded it today or yesterday. Oh, someone in the middle of destroying stuff. That's weird. Let's see, I think we can. Can we sort today's top snaps? So the one with the most votes from just today alone. This is number 1 right now on the board. And for good reason, as you can see. This is pretty good. Not my kind of place to make. I think it has too much junk, it's too much clutter. I don't like cluttered areas, but it does look nice. This is second place right now. A Japanese player, maybe? I mean, that means alright, I guess. I think we saw this on a loading screen. Oh, you can see people there. So this might be functional. That's a functional house. That looks like it's built to actually be used. There's a cow in the sky. I don't know what that's about. Today's top island. So you can also share your whole island. I mean, you can visit the island when you go to today's top snaps, but for here, so you can actually just upload your item instead of sharing a photo. You can share the actual island itself, but you can go to a photo and then visit that island as well. So it's kind of weird how they have a photo page and then an island page, but I guess it's just different competitions or different ways to recognize people's stuff, but it's all the same. If you like a picture, you can visit the island, or you can just upload the island itself without uploading a picture, I guess. I'm not too sure. All time snaps is where you want to look. So yep, this is number 1 for all time. As you can see, this, I bet it took a long ass time to make this. But there are tools, like there's this pencil tool where you can record a design. So you could use that to quicken the construction of stuff like this, depending on how you, what portion of your structure you create, then you could duplicate that to make the building process much quicker. But this definitely had to take a long time to do. This is very impressive. Almost a million. You got 3/4 of the way. 762,000 likes. That is amazing. Some of these other ones, I don't really know why they got as many likes as they did. Like, this is number 2. This does not impress me. This one's kind of bland. But that big, large tree in the middle, that's from the main game. That's from the first area in the game, the farming area, you end up creating this giant tree. Number 3 of all time. This is also not that impressive to me, but that's just me. This might be in the area that we're about to remodel. I don't know. I do like this picture. It's like a seaside port town. Very authentic. It reminds me of a zone from DragonQuest 11. But this is nice. I like that one. That's a nice photo too. Yeah, that's I like this one as well. I don't think it's functional. Probably not. It looks good. Ooh. That's pretty cool. They just made a giant golem. That's pretty good. You can see to the top right, they built the structure, I guess, so they could walk and take a picture or something. You can see it all the way to the top right. That's pretty good. They got hot water down there too. That's kind of random. Lots of really amazing things. One more. One more. Look at this one. That's really nice. I like this is the last one. We'll look at this one. I'll probably do a whole other video where we'll look at other people's stuff and just kind of show that off. Very meticulous work done there. Very nice. Anyway, NPCs sleep in here. A big room with a bunch of fucking beds, so they can all sleep in here. You can give people their own personal house or their own room or whatever, but no. This is a resort, so it's meant not for long-term stays, just for visits, so they can share a room. Here's a little pool area. This is a changing room. But they got random stuff in here. Oh no. Close. Little pool area. I think I have fish in here too. Oh, they're in here swimming. I think most of the NPCs I have on the island I ended up stuffing here as I clear out that other area. Yeah, so you see there's people all around. Here's a little bungalow barmaid. He's drinking a drink, so they're making stuff. They're making stuff, they're putting it out for people to have. So this is all running autonomously, but they're running. I'm gonna take the fish. Can you cook that? You cook that fish. So there, yeah, look at people. I'll put that fish in there. I just took fish out. So they are working. They are self-governing here. See, I think this is where I was keeping my pets. Yep, there's some dogs and cats. You can breed animals. Use that grass to make them happy, and then they'll do some happy stuff with each other. So this pyramid, they built the pyramid as a part of the story. The inside is empty. You can put whatever you want in there. I find it hard to figure out how exactly to fill this in. Like, it just doesn't, I don't know. I don't know if I really even want to have stuff in here. It's supposed to be so this is a 4-star dining room. I think that's the highest number of stars you can get. Yeah, 4 stars, highest fanciest level. So when they eat, you get a whole lot of gratitude hearts when they eat here. But as you can see, I don't think it's really that impressive. It's just a room built with gold walls. That's how the stars get up. You can increase the fanciness by putting in nice furniture and other things, but the quickest way is to use gold for the walls and the floor. It's kind of meh. There's a kitchen. So yeah, they're in here cooking and feeding themselves. I don't have any farms around here though, so when they run out of the ingredients, they're not going to have anything to cook anymore. Let's see. Y'all have any ingredients here? Oh yeah. Lots of lettuce and tomatoes and stuff. So lots of corn. Okay, so they have enough to cook, and this thing is filled with food. So then they're going to have to start dumping food on the plates, and so that's how they actually maintain the restaurant. They'll plate food and stuff. I don't think they put food in these things, the props. I think you're the only one who could do that. The restaurant. After the NPCs eat, they all run straight to the bathroom. This is a relaxation room, quote unquote relaxation. What really goes on in here is personal, but there's a bed in here, and that's all I'll say. That's the relax room, and they do a lot of relaxing. They're not going to sleep though. There's a workout room, a pumping station, a gym. I'll come in here and pump some iron. Here's my adult club. The dancery. Wait, the dank dancery. I know that. What the hell was I thinking? Not the best room, quote unquote, dancery. We'll improve it. Booty, 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 booty. Take that booty. I think there's a dressing room back here too, so, yep. It's for adults only. Let's see, I think there's a music hall. So if you have a music hall next to a spa, it creates, that is not the right picture. That is not the correct picture that's supposed to be there. You create this resort. Got a small little stuffy in here. We'll eventually come back and redo this too. I think this is the spa. Yeah. Change room. Oh, excuse me. I didn't know anybody was in here. Silver spa. What the hell he's doing over there? I think he's a bathroom. Golden bathroom. And this is golden gift shop. So you can sell things. People can come in and they'll buy stuff. They'll buy whatever you have for sale here. I got some decorations for sale. They will pay using gratitude. So you'll see hearts on the ground when NPCs come in to buy stuff. To buy stuff, though, you have to have a merchant here who will sell things for you. So I think I have a merchant here, but they'll come in here and then they'll start like saying, "Come buy stuff," and people come in there and they'll pay for it. So, where are they going? They're going to the spa. Oh, there's a line. So they're gonna wait in line. They're gonna use the spa. Yeah, it's cool. So if I made it bigger, then more people could go in there at a time. So I just love how the game does that. Like, it makes the areas so lively and organic. Like, so they're just patiently waiting. So I mean, you know, you don't want it to be too small, but you also don't want to make these giant places where, I don't know, I just think you can have the right amount of, the right size so that you can have this line queued up. It makes the area just look more realistic. Well, time ran out. So some people are going to go to sleep, and some people are, it's nighttime, so they are in this adult club dancing. And you are not what I would want to look at right now. So we're just going to turn around. A lot of strange things happen in this game. The 3-star spa, so they let me see. Gratitude. If we improve this, we can get more. So that's that. Go up here. So up here, I was going to, I think on a different playthrough, I made all of the personal rooms, like I turned this floor into an apartment complex or hotel or something. But in this playthrough, I'm just, I think it's captain's forge, smithing, for making metals. They're stuffing food in here too. And then I have, this train takes me to Green Gardens. We'll take this when we're done, which is going to be in about a second actually. I think the last little bit here, it's like a little throne room. I haven't put anything in here yet. So you could, but you can turn that into a little throne. There's nothing else. I don't think I built anything else around here. Let's hit the bell so we can take all the hearts that are laying on the ground. And then we're gonna take that minecart to Green Garden. And I'll most likely end the stream and then pick up the next video with the actual construction, the new construction of the Green Garden. So I guess this was the construction portion, and then we'll have the let's build the place up video. Whack that summons everybody here. Any hearts laying on the ground in the area will also come to you automatically. And then everybody goes back to wherever they were. Right. Let's take the train. I think on my bad. One last thing. I do have an underground base. So this is the train to the Green Garden. So this is the train to the underground base, yeah. So I was wanting to have a base for working, but then I just built the base near the area that I'm actually going to be in. So. But this was an underground bunker area I was going to use for building and storing stuff. So this was a workshop, but I took some of the stuff out. Huh, I went down there. I took some of the stuff out. This is still a dye works, yeah. Let's see, while we're here, I actually could use some dye, so let's just go ahead and get some going. Because we're going to have to color some stuff. 247, lots of... I like to use the paint buckets though. Because you can place an item down and then just splash it with paint. But if you have like a little dye unit, those little colored circles, you could use this item to dye specific things using one of those circles. But that'll be an item that you have in your possession, not an item you have actually placed on the ground. To color an item that's placed on the ground, you have to use a paint bucket. It'll color anything in like a 5x5 zone, I believe. 5x5x5. So it's actually better to use the paint, because if you have an object that is 1 brick high, then it'll color everything that is stacked within a 5x5x5 zone, versus using an individual dye circle to color one thing that's in your inventory. It's more efficient to use the paint bucket. 5 times 5 is what, 25, and 25 times 5 is 125, I think. So you could ideally color 125 things if they're the right size, versus using 125 of these individual circles to color 125 objects. Because to make a paint bucket, you just need 10 of these. So a bucket can paint up to 125 things. Using 10 of these, you could paint 125. But if you use these individually, it's one of these per item. So you use 125 of these, or just use 10 of them with the paint bucket. So it's better to make paint buckets. So I think we're gonna just have them all go off. It's all going. It also helps you get rid of excess vegetables and stuff. If you your people are making too much stuff, you got too many onions, too many pumpkins, and just get rid of them without just deleting them. You can delete stuff, but I'd rather not waste things. Usually if I have like over 100 of an item like strawberries, I have 262. So we're going to get rid of those strawberries. Too many. 65 chili peppers, 86 tomatoes, 212 cabbages, and I barely even use cabbage. Let's burn cabbage. Baguettes. I think you use these like potatoes, but I think you have to have those for that. Pumpkins. Let's see, this one's almost done. We're not going to stay and wait for all these to be done. But I do just want to have this queued up. Get rid of these leaks. Yep. And then we got a chest here, and we can dump any guys that we have here. But I do keep my paint with me. Okay, that's good enough. This Armorer's Workshop, but you don't need that much to make it. Somebody put food down here too. I was keeping all my metal stuff in here. Don't really have much of that on me. This room is empty. I didn't do anything with it. Back. Alright, and we're going to take the other train back to Green Garden where we begin the stream. First person. There's a beach area. The game has a part where they make you build a little party thing out there. I think you can make people live over there. Get the pin. There's a golem. I don't know why he's there. Random. And here we are. Back at the Green Garden. Okay, so we will do the second part, which is the actual construction of a modern, self-sustained farming area on the next video. I think this is where we're going to end this one. We'll pick this up later.